Howdy, we're out here at Gentry Creek one more time. We're just trying to make it easy and simple on ourselves, trying to get back in the swing of things because it's been quite a while since we did this. Old Blue's down here. Let me shed a little light on this situation if we can. We are out here really late. I'm talking really late because we were supposed to be out here yesterday. And I got to working around the house. Had some concrete. Had to mix up, pour, and dig some holes. So we're getting over a day's late start. I got the fire started when I got here, got Blue tied out. We ain't got dinner going or anything like that. And we're probably just gonna go ahead and call it an easy night. I'll go ahead and start setting up some of the camp tonight, finish setting up in the morning, we'll go from there. Thanks for coming along. We'll catch back up later. Okay, it's like 2 in the morning. Camp is not set up. I have not done a thing I should have. If you're watching me, you probably watch other channels like Whiskey Dog. He does this thing called the Oklahoma two-step. I'm getting ready to do the Oklahoma crawl. I'm going to need the assistance of my dog Blue. And we're going to try to make our way back to the camper. Probably going to be a late morning. We're going to see how things go from there. We'll catch back up with y'all then. Service dog Blue, wake up. I don't think you can see her, but she's done gave up on me. All right, later folks. Good times. Okay, well, last night was a wash. Got here late. Y'all seen that. Wasn't nothing to video or anything like that, so we're just moving on. I enjoyed last night. Wasn't much to show y'all, but got up this morning, took a little walk around by the lake. Finally got camp probably about 90% of the way set up. And I'm just gonna go ahead and cook me and Blue some breakfast, and we'll go on from there. A little bit of sausage, a couple little pieces of bacon for Blue. A couple eggs. Oh, there's plenty more. And those are going to be done before I know it. That grease is a little warmer than I thought it was. All right, we're going to carry on. All right, that went pretty fast. And show you Blue's breakfast. There's my breakfast and there's Blue's. And she thinks she's ready for it. All right, I noticed while I was cooking breakfast there, fire burnt down pretty good. Got a good set of coals, so good time as any to go ahead and try to make some dessert for later. we're gonna try it in the Dutch oven, see if we don't burn anything today. It's one of them dump cakes. I've seen it on TV a few times. I was very suspicious of it, and a guy I work with, his wife, made one. He brought it out there, and it was pretty darn good. I was a fan. So it's pretty simple, you know. It's just a box of cake mix, whatever pie filling you like. You put the pie filling in first, add your cake mix on top, and then about a stick of butter. I'm going to throw some cinnamon on it and some sugar on the top a little bit, try to give it a little bit of crust. We're going to give her a shot and see what happens. I really don't like cooking sticky stuff in the Dutch oven here, so I got some parchment liners. Help me cheat just a little bit. I probably should have got another can of filling. Not like I couldn't have took the stuff home, ate it later. I'd originally was going to use the little Dutch oven. I probably should have stuck with that plan because it's awful big for this amount. All right. Add me some. Got a yellow butter cake mix. I say just about any of them work. Just depends on your preferences and flavors and all that. I'm probably going to use about a quarter of this bag though, because no more filling I've got there. Yeah, probably more like a third. I'm going to go ahead and add that brown sugar. Oh, boy, you'd think I'd can that. That ought to just about turn into a caramel by the time you add that butter. There should be no lack of sweetness in it, that's for sure. Yeah, I think I like that. I add a little bit of cinnamon. And start adding the butter. Yeah, I said a full stick of butter, but that's whenever you're doing 2 cans of pie filling and a full thing of cake mix. So, you know, just half would probably be perfect for this, but y'all see me. I like my butter. Butter and bacon. Can't get too much butter or bacon fat. Okay, I better stop there. Now, see, I left a little. Let's see if I can get these handles up. I'll give y'all a peek of how ugly it is when you get started. Hopefully it'll get better from there. I'm gonna get this lid on. Get that ready. And we'll move a little bit closer to the fire. All right, we're going to try to get our cooking arrangement set up here. I don't want to try to cook it over that big fire pit full of coals. You definitely burn something pretty quick. So we're going to be just digging out some coals. If I can find some good ones. I may have to restart another fire. They were looking good earlier. We'll just pitch them right under that trivet right there. This ain't the best looking ones, but they'll get us started. This don't need to be real hot. At least not on the bottom. That's why I'm doing it this way. You can probably see I forgot to bring a shovel to arrange some coals with. I've got this little spatula I made. Well, little. I made a big spatula for the reason. to stand back from the fire good and get into things. Copper, steel. So that's my shovel for handling my ashes here today. I have plans of making an actual ash shovel with some holes in it so I can get the dust off. Like that, you shake it, there's not a lot of coal left in that yet. And I got some good ones up here, but I'm kind of wanting to save them for the top of the lid, because that's where we need the heat. We'll try that though. Alright. Your Dutch oven. This Dutch oven's got legs on it, but it don't have the height I wanted to be cooking like this. So I'm gonna add a few coals here on top. So many coals and as little ash as you can get away with. To get started, you can pull some back. Get this settled down for a second and I'll go back in, building that little fire. Because we could probably use just a few more decent coals. Yeah, there's a couple hot ones off in there. You don't really like working with ash though. It's just messy. Alright, well that's it for now. We'll check back in on it here in a little bit. Alright, we ain't got many coals, but the few that we had on this are already cooling off. So, if I can get this off without dumping the ash, I'll dump it back up there. Alright. Looks like I probably did add too much butter, but it is what it is. The old steak turner works pretty good for a lid holder. We're going to try to fish out some fresh hot coals and keep on going. When we get closer to done, I'll show you what we got. But that's where we're standing right now. Oh, let's get over. I need your coals. Big boy there, you ain't quite done yet. Keep on going. Alrighty. I'll go ahead and get off here. Let you see the end, see whether I burnt this thing completely or just too much butter and it turned into a butter soup. Okay, we're gonna set this off to the side and let her start cooling down a little bit. I kind of lost track of time a little bit. May have had a beer or two. And I didn't look at the clock when I started. So, surely it's getting close to done. Alright folks, this is how this is going to work. I'm going to take the first peek. If it's burnt and unedible, y'all ain't going to see it. I'm going to tell you lies that you're not going to believe about how good it was. Let's just find out how bad it is. I really don't think it's going to be bad. I think it's going to be about right, but I wish I'd looked at the clock. Oh yeah. I did add too much butter. Let me go get rid of these ashes. Oh heck, I forgot I had the microphone on. Y'all didn't need to hear all that. Let's see. Yeah, they didn't turn out too bad at all. I'm pretty sure it didn't burn the bottom, but you can tell I probably had a little too much butter, but I kind of knew that going in. Yeah, ready. We'll try it in a little bit. Alright, well, I tried that cobbler. It's pretty darn good. In fact, it's good enough I ate about half of it. So I skipped lunch. we're going to go ahead and cook dinner a little bit early. So I'm just going to cook fish, so I need that cold later. Don't have to be in no hurry. The wind keeps getting a little bit stronger and a little bit stronger. Had plans of cooking a elk steak today. I may get to it tomorrow. It all depends on the weather. It's supposed to be hot and windy all weekend. I checked the forecast just a minute ago. Now they're calling for thunderstorms tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know how much cooking we're going to do if it's raining. This was just basically digging in the bottom of the freezer and seeing what I had. And I had some crappie, and I had an elk steak that my brother Paul gave to me a while back. Need to get ate up. So we're going to do the fish right now. We'll maybe do the steak tomorrow. I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, well, looks like they're about done. This little batch of them anyway. In fact, they're probably overcooked, but fresh oil, they just don't brown up quite as good. So, get them out. Get some more started. Ah, no wonder they ain't working right. Oh yeah, that's better. Work better if you turn them on. It was dark last night, and I kind of got away from tradition. So I forgot to tell you that yesterday's camp koozie, yet once again, my wife keeps me in koozies. She got me a Steve Wallace's channel. She ordered me a Step 2 koozie off of him. So go check him out. He's a neat individual. Different than a lot of them you'll see, but he's still neat to watch. I didn't bring a lot of fish. I brought enough to cook, have enough for today. Tomorrow I'll probably still take some home. Always make sure and get plenty of food to bring. I'd rather have too much than too little. And Blue don't complain about it either. She winds up getting her fair share of all of it. Alright, gonna get some more going. We'll see y'all in a bit. Blue just went out, took a little bit of a walk. I'll say walk. She has drugged me just about everywhere out here. We'll go back up to the camper. She'll lay there the rest of the time, won't move a muscle. Get out here, all she wants to do is drag me. Alright, I guess we'll let her have her little bit of fun in the water and mud my shoes. Will you slow down, Rascal? I'm trying to stare at a little screen and follow you at the same time. I'm not that coordinated. You sure as heck don't stop on me like that. Alright, I'm going to get another hand free. Alright, you done? We was out there walking around, and I just, I couldn't remember for the life of me whether I told you how I come about with Blue. Many a year back, I used to train dogs for hunt tests and raise pups, full-blood Labrador Retrievers. That's all I had. Had a bunch of them over the years, worked a lot for a lot of people, and I kind of got out of it. And really don't ever need a dog. Seems like one always shows up uninvited. People like to dump things on me. And with her in particular, one morning, I was headed to work, hopped in the truck, got about, not even 200 yards from my driveway, and this pit bull comes running out of the bar ditch, running straight down the road at my truck. I stopped. I didn't want to hit the dog. Just kind of worried about the rest of my animals at the house right there, you know, pit bull loose. And I'm looking. I can't find this dog. I know it's around there somewhere, and I'm not wanting to get out of the truck. I roll my window down. I'm kind of looking down the sides. I can't see anything in the side mirrors or the rear view. I put my reverse lights on. And I'm looking backwards in that mirror. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this dog comes flying through my driver's side window. Lands in the passenger seat, looks at me like, "All right, Bill, take me home." At that particular point, when that dog come through that window, I thought I'd done got. So, me talking about them labs earlier and training, I got paid a lot of good money to train dogs right and do a good job. I hadn't even tried to train her. She's just a good girl. She just gets to follow us around. She wants to go camping, we'll go camping. Now that was a story into a story to lead to another story. Because about 4 months ago now, I had yet another dog dropped off on me. And you gotta remember, every one of these dogs, whenever they're dropped off, they're not in tip-top condition. They are skin and bones, loaded down with ticks and fleas, and well, this last one just cut all the hell. I don't know what happened to this poor little thing. But we've had him about 4 months now, and he'll probably make the next trip out. So I'll introduce you to him next go around. I can't take him and Blue both because Blue is super good with people, kids, people all day long, manhandler. She's good as gold. You put any kind of another animal around her, she's going to kill it. And her and him do not get along whatsoever. He's friendly to her, but she would rip him a new one. So maybe next go around we'll drag him out. I was planning on switching him out halfway through this trip, but we got a day late start and maybe getting cut a day short with the rains coming. So, well, we had to relocate over here because man, it's a little over 90 degrees now, and they're in the lick of shade up there where I was cooking. And Blue's getting a little hot, especially after that walk. So we come over here and set up in the shade. We'll catch back up with you in a little bit. Alright, well, according to my weather app, we're pushing a little, right at about 95 degrees. Blue's a little warm. But we picked this camping spot up here because it's two camping spots together on top of this hill. So you rent two and you get the whole place to yourself. The only thing is it's primitive, which normally I don't mind because I generally camp more in the winter. It's a little warm for my taste, so we're going to cheat a little bit. Yep. That would be an extension cord, our AC unit, and a little Honda generator. Me and old Blue's getting ready to cool off for a little bit. Alright, folks. We're starting to lose some daylight now. You can probably hear the generator in the background going. It's cooled off enough I really don't need it, but Blue's enjoying the AC. I'm going to make another fire, have a few beers, and enjoy the rest of the evening. I'll probably see y'all in the morning, as long as the weather holds up. In case y'all was wondering, I haven't been drinking Dr. Pepper. OU Bud Lights. I'm not partial to either team. I'm not really a football fanatic in any way, shape, or form. But I'm going to get a fire going, have a few beers, finish off a little more of this fish. Call it a night. We'll catch up with y'all later. If not, thanks for coming by. have one too many with me. I told you she was enjoying the AC. I come in here and she plumb took over my bed. Blue? Blue, you gonna say goodnight? Oh, I think she already said goodnight earlier. Alright, as you can tell, it's a pretty beautiful day this morning. It's cooled down to 74 degrees, cooled off quite a bit. We went ahead and packed everything up last night, had a little bit left this morning, but we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here because at 10 o'clock, thunderstorms are supposed to start, and then at 11, heavy. So that being said, me and Blues are gonna get on out of here so we can get home before the storms hit. Get everything put up. Thanks for coming along. Appreciate y'all. And we'll see you next time we have one too many.